Hello, sports car collectors. Welcome to thepit.com. Today we are going to be trying to answer a very common question that many collectors who are looking to also invest in sports cards are asking. And that question is, how much does it cost to invest in sports cards in 2020? So, the sports card market is at an all-time high. It's higher than it even was in the so-called junk wax era of the late 80s and early 90s. So the big question is, say I want to get started in sports cards. How much should I start with? What does it cost to invest in sports cards? So the pit.com, you can create an account, and for as little as funding it as little as $1 from your credit or debit card, you can get started trading on the pit. So the answer that I would give for people that are just getting into sports cards, sports card investing, just like any type of investing, requires a lot of knowledge. So one thing about the pit, you can actually, just sort of like on eBay, you can actually sort cards by certain price points. So you can look for cards under $5, $5 to $20, $20 to $100, and over $100. So my answer to you, is that you really can spend as much on sports cards as you have disposable income. So the first thing that you need to consider when you're buying sports cards is what is a good think about as a sports card collector, what is that sweet spot? What is that amount of money that you are comfortable spending on sports cards? And for many of us, the vast majority of us, that is sort of that $20 to $25 range. Sometimes maybe to $15 range, and the price of a blaster box. So blaster boxes, the sports card companies have gotten really good at figuring out what's a good price, to sell sports cards at retail. And that's the cost of a blaster box. So in my opinion, now you can get cards for under $5. I mean, there's plenty of cards out there, as you can see on the pit, that you can collect for much less. I mean, you can even buy a first Bowman Manny Machado, card for $1 on the pit. So yeah, you could get started for as low as $1. If you're really big on Manny Machado, or you're really big on Jake Bauers, coming through with the Indians and becoming a good player. But there's a lot of names here, Oscar Mercado. But if you really are serious about getting into investing in sports cards, my personal opinion is that you should start with $20. You should start with $20 and decide, what do I want to buy for $20. So essentially, take the $20 that you would spend on a blaster box, Topps Update or whatever, and or Panini Prism, and decide, what would I rather have than a blaster box. So just take a really quick look at the cards that sell for you can get for $5 to $20. So take a look at this. So you can buy right now a Mike Schmidt 1981 Topps PSA 9 for $14.95. So this All-Star card, Hall of Famer, and you can get it right now for $15. Brooks Robinson 1973 Topps PSA 7 near mint, $9. You can buy Mike Piazza. You can buy this E-Topps and case card for $6. A Chipper Jones 92 Upper Deck Minor League card, $20. It's very easy at that $20 price range to buy into cards that you might want to collect. And yeah, some of these guys haven't panned out, but guys like Giolito. I mean, Lucas Giolito, he's turned into a pretty good pitcher for the White Sox, and you can get his Gem Mint 2013 Prospects card already graded for $9. So for the cost of a blaster box, you can buy one or two already graded cards. Sometimes rookie cards or Hall of Fame cards from the early 80s and 70s, and you're only looking at $20. So you have to ask yourself, would I rather, say I'm a Padres fan, would I rather have a 92 Upper Deck rookie card, pre-rookie card even, of Trevor Hoffman, or a Mike Schmidt or a Brooks Robinson, or would I rather buy a blaster box and potentially just pull a bunch of base cards that are worth nothing? Let's take a look at NBA. Let's take a look at basketball cards, and you can see a whole bunch of guys. Some of these guys are Hall of Famers. Mutombo, 1 of 50, $15, and a Kevin McHale PSA 7 from the iconic '86 Fleer set, $10.25 or PSA 7. A Derrick Rose rookie card, graded mint by Beckett, $17.95. I mean, for $20, you can buy a pretty nice card of just about any player. I mean, look at this: Jerry Rice, 2001, an E-Tops card, $10. Yeah, a lot of these guys, they haven't worked out. Cam Newton is still a free agent as I'm making this video. But a lot of these guys like Devontae Adams and Demaryius Thomas, these guys are still playing. Thurman Thomas, he's a Hall of Famer. There's a lot of guys here. Vernon Davis, a rookie auto, $9. So the reason I would say $20 is a good starting point is that whether you're looking to buy, hey, I want to buy a bunch of dollar base cards, or I want to buy some nice cards that might appreciate over time. This is that $20 range. That $20 is what you should start with. And I think that if you're just looking into sports cards, take $20 and you look through. We'll look at there's NHL cards as well. The Pit does have a few hockey cards. Sergio Garcia, a couple of Sergio Garcia cards in golf as well. But $20, I would say, is definitely that price point that you're looking at, because with $20, I mean, take a look at what you can buy with $20, and you can buy 2 or 3 pretty nice rookie cards, and then you might even decide, hey, I'm going to spread out even more and buy some Dylan Bundy cards. Of course, Dylan Bundy moving to the Angels this year, if they even play baseball this year. But as you can see that you guys like Chris Paul, and this is all sports, by the way. Chris Paul, SI for kids. There's a whole bunch of these cards. Andre Hopkins rookie card. There's a whole bunch of cards you can get under $5 as well. And some of these guys, as I said, like Manny Machado and Oscar Mercado, Dustin May, these are all guys that, when baseball returns, Dausa Keuchel, he's another good one. So, if you put $20 into it and you buy a variety of cards, you're already off to a good start. And the great thing about the Pit, and this is what sets the Pit apart from eBay or COMC or whatnot, the big difference is that with the Pit, you don't just have to pay whatever the buy now price is. The Pit has this wonderful option to make an offer. So, say you want to buy. So right now the Pit has 4 holdings of this card. So the holdings means that it's not currently listed for sale. So somebody has 2 of these listed for $1.25. But let's say you want to buy these 4 for your. Let's just for the sake of argument say you want to buy these for 25 cents a piece. You make an offer to buy, put in your bid, and it would show up over here. And if someone's willing to buy that, sell you that card for that price, they'll do so, and then they will go into your account. So if you make an account at thepit.com, you set up an account, you fund it with a credit or debit card, and you can just start trading right away. And these cards, when you buy them and you add them to your account, they're yours. So you can buy them and sell them at whatever price you want, or you can choose to have them shipped to you. And they stay in a warehouse, fully insured warehouse in California until you decide that you want to take possession. But the advantage is that what you can do is you can use the Pit as your sort of personal sports card investing portfolio. And if you don't really necessarily consider yourself an investor, you consider yourself more of a collector, it's still a great way to be able to build a collection and keep track of it. And because the Pit has a ledger system, you can actually see all of your transactions. You don't have to sit there and make spreadsheets because the Pit does all that work for you. So you take $20 and put it into the Pit. You can see all the possibilities already for what you can do with just $20, and you don't have to worry about the cards getting shipped to you. You don't have to worry about them getting damaged. You don't have to worry about any of that. So it's great. So if you were looking to build a card collection, that one day you were looking to get a return on investment, if you're looking to sell the cards, and then it's easy to sell your cards. There's no transaction fees to sell on the pit. The only fee is if you come on the pit and you buy cards on the pit. The only fee that you have is if you decide to cash out your account balance to PayPal. There's a 10% fee, and that's it. So it's about the same as eBay, but then you don't have to worry about shipping the cards. You don't have to worry about any of that. So yeah, so the answer to the question that I posed is I'd say about $20. I mean, you can start for as little as $1. As you've seen, you could put $1 on here and buy a Manny Machado first Bowman card, and it's yours. But as I said, if you want to get serious about this, you only need, $10, $20 here and there. $20 to me, if you are somebody who goes to Target or Walmart and drops $20 a week on blaster boxes, or saving $40 a week on blaster boxes, well, maybe save some of that, put it on the pit, and start buying cards that you actually like. Pick your favorite sport. Pick some of your favorite players from the past or now. And if you don't see a certain card, let us know. We might be interested. It might be something that we'd be willing to list. So yeah, let us know. So I would challenge you to take your $20 and put it on the pit rather than spend it on that blaster box, which is probably not going to give you anything that great. And while having a lottery ticket is great, knowing that you bought a card that has the potential to appreciate in value over time, even if it's just by 20-30%, being able to know that you can instantly sell that card, that's a huge benefit. That is a huge benefit of the pit. And again, as I said, you can put in an offer to buy. So by doing that, by having that complete control over what you're buying and selling, I mean, you can't get that on any other platform. So yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope that this answered your question. And the question is does this advice apply to other platforms? Absolutely. $20 is that price point. However you decide to collect sports cards or invest in sports cards and spend your money wisely with sports cards, $20 at a time is how I would do it. And of course, you can go up to the $100. If you're somebody who's willing to start spending hundreds of dollars, be my guest, absolutely. But yeah, all it takes is $20. Start with $20 and see where it takes you. The worst case scenario, you end up having to sell those cards and maybe a little bit less than you bought them for, but you don't have to worry about going on eBay and waiting for them to sell and then having to ship them and pay additional fees and whatnot. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope that this answered your questions about how much you should spend on sports cards. Hope to see you trading on the pit soon. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments or email customer.service@thepit.com. Happy collecting, everybody.